Truth is, there are more people than ever trying to convince you that they have the exact plan to go from A to B in multiple different areas of your life, right? This is the newest trend. It's the latest thing. Coaching. I think people have mistakenly think this is a get rich quick scheme because they do not know actually what it takes to make this transformation themselves as far as their business goes. But I want to cut something to you very straight. Going from A to B is never, and I mean never, about the tactics or the individual steps or the inputs really that you need to take in order to get there. It's not. And this might be contrary to everything that you're thinking. This might even sound contrary to all the things that I've said on this channel beforehand. But I want to make it very clear. To go from A to B in your life, in your business, in your relationships, in your mindset, first, and starts and ends with who is making the journey. This is an important question for you to ask yourself. Who is making this journey from A to B? Maybe you're listening to this and you go, well, me, duh, dude. That's why I did this. But we need to figure out first who is actually on this and who this is, right? Because what I'm going to show you at the end of this very short video, it should be less than 10 minutes, is that you can actually go from A to B, and this might be crazy, instantly, within 1 second. By the end of this video, I can guarantee that you go from A to B, right? You just have to watch the whole thing or it won't make sense, right? So first, you need to begin this process by being incredibly clear on what is over here, right? What is the negative self that is in the A? Why do you feel the need to become over B? There's some of you guys are trying to make a transformation right now, A to B, that actually isn't even the one that you want to make. It's actually not even the one you're supposed to make. You're trying to chase the wrong B. Some of you guys are having such a hard time going from A to B because the person that's over here, or our ideal self, right, is actually on a completely different journey than the one that we're on, right? Maybe your parents came up with this B for you. Maybe your significant other came up with this B for you. Maybe your experiences in childhood came up with this B, right? So the journey you're making from A to B is actually difficult because it's not the correct journey. So if we want to make sure we're on the right journey, if we want to make sure we're able to actually make the journey too, and we're able to figure out who, right, who is making the journey. You guys have to forgive my handwriting, right? Then what we need to do is come over here and write down all the things that are in the A, that are in the version of ourselves that we don't wish to be anymore, right? So for some of you guys, this is going to be, and hopefully for people following my imposter, right, you're going to have imposter syndrome over here. You're going to have a fear of failure. You're going to be comparing yourself to somebody who you either know or see online who has the B, right? You're going to be questioning the different journeys that you've been on and the circumstances that have led you to this moment, right? You might be, not earning what you want to. Emotions are on the fritz. And certainty about your future is low, right? These are all negative things that we want to, if you guys are a part of my channel, if you guys work with me, right, as entrepreneurs, you may think that the problems in your business are your funnels or the ad campaigns or all the different types of things that people convince you is A to B is a problem, when in reality, not knowing who's going on the journey is going to uproot any of those things, even if they are the right vehicle, right? Because if you have a lack of positive self or imposter syndrome, well, what happens if I put you in the world's greatest business? I'll show you an example, right? I know people who are doing construction type work, right? And they do things in which the invoices for these works can get an upwards of 10 to 15, $20,000 per job, right? These people have all the skills. They know exactly how to take a customer in their business from A to B by simply, fixing the problem. The customer, they understand where the customer's problems are. They understand what they want to get done. They know that they have a good vehicle to do that. The problem is that in their mindset, this guy has imposter syndrome, so he's telling himself he has to charge lower prices. He's telling himself he needs to work with friends and family, which if any of you guys have ever had a business and have worked with friends and family or lowered your prices, that usually doesn't bring anything but pain for the business owner, right? But this is a thing that happens to a lot of people who deal with imposter syndrome because they don't think the person that is going on their journey of A to B in their business, right? And the person that's over here who has all the money, right? The person who makes impact in their business, the leader, right? The person who, they're maybe they have a brand and they're a content creator and they're famous, right? Slash famous, right? Maybe the person's in better shape, right? This is the person you want to call. I'm not talking about a different person in reality. I'm saying you guys, this is how you're going to be able to change industry, because the problem is you're getting frustrated and stuck with imposter syndrome because you believe the B side is on the other side of results, right? Most entrepreneurs that I talk to and work with believe that results are actually what's stopping them from going on this transformation. Like if they had just, how many of you guys watching this video, like if you're like, if I just had enough client testimonials, if I just sold enough product, if I just made enough money, well then I would, and then I could, if I was just, and then I will, right? If you're putting results at the end, in the middle of getting to the B, right? It's never going to happen. Never. Now, how do you go from A to B instantly, as I promised in the beginning of this video, right? While making sure who is making the journey, right? Very simple, hard to do. In practice, simple to explain. You need to actually start as the B person. And what do I mean? Right? To go from A to B in results, it's actually not results stopping you. The only thing that's blocking you from going to A to B is fear and misidentification. Right? I'm not going to spell the whole thing. Right? Misidentification. You guys think that your goal is to go from A to B, but the reality is you're already at B the moment you decide to be. Ooh, that rhymed. That's a bar, as our boy Narrow Knowledge says, right? Like, if you guys choose to go on your journey, but first align yourself and begin to use your imagination and to practice and to become the B person at the beginning of the journey before you have results. Before you have results. And especially if you have these feelings, right? The easiest way to instantly change is to just assume you're already this person. Now, I know maybe you're upset that that was my answer, but the truth is, if you right now, if I could throw this marker through my phone screen right now and instantly teleport you into being the B person, what would that feel like? What would you do today if before today, everything had gone in your favor? What kind of business would you have? What kind of impact would you make? How would you walk through the store? How would you talk to your kids? How would you address your wife? How would you move through the world if you knew that you were already the person you wanted to be? Now, if you're doing this seriously, if you're taking this seriously, which I hope if you're watching this far in the video, you are, like, this should really wake up something in you. You should feel it. You should be able to use your imagination to feel like you are the B person before. And this is why I say it matters who's on the journey, because if the A person is on this journey, they will stay the A person at the end of the journey. Oh, write that down. Right? Like, but if the B person goes on the journey, no matter how long the journey is, no matter what comes up on the journey, no matter how many hardships happen, they will always still and forever be the B person, regardless of the results. Right? Some of you guys seriously are believing with your human imagination, with your full consciousness, that you are not this person solely because of the results in your life. And that means nothing. Or even worse, you're believing you're not this person because other people have told you you're not, because you don't have results, right? And you may be saying, like, maybe it's not because I don't have results, dude, blah, blah, blah. I don't really care. Okay, then why haven't you done it? Right? The journey from A to B has nothing to do with the inputs, like I said. It has everything to do with who's going to do it, because even if you give an A person the best inputs in the world, they will stay an A person. If you give a B person the worst inputs in the world, the worst things that they can do, they fail often. They don't get the best starts. They don't have as much talent. They don't have as much startup. They will always arrive. I mean, this is Henry Ford. All the greats of our society have made this transformation by first understanding the secret that if you believe yourself to be the B person at the beginning of the journey, then you shall be the B person at the end of the journey, and you will find it. All right, that's enough sauce for you guys. Peace, love, and prosperity. If you guys want to join my private coaching for 12 weeks, me and you can go through this transformation together and reinforce and make sure you're that B person. You can book a call on the link below. Peace, love, prosperity. I'll see you in the next one.